Number of different materials that you can use. I like acetate the best, and just for the sake of the film, this is Duralar, which looks the same as acetate, but you can't cut this. It doesn't crack. So when you're making a light score, and then you'll crack it. I'll show you how that works. But the Duralar, as you can see, it will not work. This is acid free, and that's what most people at the art stores think acetate is. That's not what we're looking for. So the main thing with how to cut a good stencil is right here. It's in your hands. So this is a thin piece of frosted acetate. But what most people will do is they will hold it really close like a pencil, and they'll try and move really slowly. And what that does is when you're moving really tightly, it's like a person with essential tremors. The more they try, the more their hands are going to shake. So how do you prevent that? So what you do is you hold your stencil or your X-Acto knife farther away. So, and what that does is any of the movements that are in your hand don't fully transfer. So, and I'm using more of an arm movement than I am a wrist, and I'm just kind of letting the blade pull slowly, and I am not cutting all the way through it. That is an absolutely critical thing, because if you're cutting all the way through it, then you're cutting into your illustration.
So you're barely pressing?
I'm pushing hard enough to get about halfway through, and that's just something that you're going to have to develop. You're going to have to practice and see how hard that you need to press down. But as you can see, now I can go in and I can just gently break it. So I have scored this. I'll just go ahead and go all the way around it just for the sake of experimenting here and showing you guys. But again, see, I'm holding this farther back, and I'm trying to move at a decent enough pace and I'm stopping as little as possible. I'm using my fingers to suspend. One little piece I missed, and there's many things that you can use for a stencil, depending on if you need to use it over and over again. But you can see how easy that was, and there's no marks whatsoever. If you're going to use tissue paper or Frisket, you're actually cutting into your illustration surface. But if you look at this, it's flawless. And another huge advantage of having acetate is you can place it back and forth over and over again. If you make a mistake and you need to go back, you can reuse them. So these here are the stencils that I've used for the chrome demo, obviously. And now this is going to be a frustration to have it be a little bit warped like this. So that's when I would use the easy tack and just apply a little bit. If I apply a lot, it's going to be a problem. You just want it to be enough to hold it down. You're not trying to have it be an adhesive to last forever.
It will tear your piece apart.
Yes, it will, and that's so you want to use as little as necessary. There's a way to avoid that